Speech title, How to Use Fear. Fear is a powerful force, but let me tell you this, fear is not the enemy. It is not something to be afraid of. Fear, my friends, is a tool. It is a signal, a messenger one, that if harnessed correctly can fuel your growth, ignite your potential, and push you toward unimaginable heights. You see, fear is a natural response. It is wired into us to protect, to warn, to tell us that something is different, something matters. But far too many of us, when faced with fear, run away, shrink back, or let it paralyze us. We believe that fear means failure. That's a lie. Fear means you're on the edge of something new, something big, something that could change your life forever. Now, here's the truth. It's not about removing fear. It's about transforming it, turning that anxiety, that worry, that doubt into fuel for your success. Because when you face fear, you grow. When you feel fear and push through it, you break through the barriers that have held you back. So today I want you to learn how to use fear not as a hindrance, but as an asset. Let it sharpen you. Let it drive you forward. Let it remind you that you are capable of greatness. Here's how you do it. Fear is a signal for growth. Fear tells you that you're stepping out of your comfort zone. Embrace it as a sign that you are about to embark on something that will stretch you, grow you, and expand your life in ways you never imagined. Shift your focus. Don't focus on what could go wrong. Focus on what could go right. Fear often arises from the unknown, but when you shift your focus to the possibilities, your energy transforms. Fear becomes excitement, and excitement is your fuel. Reframe fear as excitement. Our brains cannot always tell the difference between fear and excitement. Next time you feel fear, pause, take a deep breath, and tell yourself, I am excited. Reframing fear this way helps you harness the energy it provides. Fear of failure is a stepping stone. Don't fear failure, fear not trying. Every successful person has failed, but they didn't let failure define them. They used it to propel them forward. Failure is feedback, not a final destination. Strengthen your mindset. The more you confront fear, the stronger your mindset becomes. Each time you choose to face fear with courage, you build resilience. The more you do this, the less power fear has over you. Remember, fear doesn't have to hold you back. It can be the very thing that propels you forward. Use it, transform it, and let it push you to take that leap. On the other side of fear lies everything you've ever wanted. And it's yours for the taking. Don't let fear be your prison. Let it be your key to freedom. You've got this. Fear is a signal for growth. Fear is not something to be avoided. Fear is a signal, a warning light on the dashboard of your life. It's telling you that something important is on the other side. Think about it. When you experience fear, it means you're stepping into new territory. You're challenging your limits, stretching your comfort zone, and that is where growth happens. It's in the unknown, the unfamiliar, that real transformation takes place. It's easy to think that fear is something that holds you back. But what if you shifted your perspective? What if you began to see fear as the very thing that drives you forward? The moment you feel fear, stop for a second and ask yourself, what am I about to learn here? You can't grow if you're not challenged. Growth only happens when we push past what we know, when we step into the discomfort of the unknown. So embrace fear. Don't let it paralyze you. Let it energize you. Let it pull you toward that next level. In life, if you're not experiencing fear, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. Fear is the signpost of opportunity. It's the indicator that you are about to go beyond your previous limits. It's the spark that can light your fire. If you want to stay where you are, then avoid fear. But if you want to achieve something bigger than yourself, you need to face fear head on. Imagine a life where fear no longer controls you, but where you control fear. You would look at the toughest situations and feel excitement, not dread. You would see the unknown and think, this is where I need to go. Fear becomes the push you need to act, not the anchor that holds you back. The next time you feel that tightness in your chest, that rush of uncertainty, recognize it for what it is, a signal for growth. Fear, when recognized and embraced, becomes your greatest ally in the journey toward success. The very thing that so many people run from is the same thing that catapults you toward the extraordinary life you're capable of living. The choice is yours. Stay small or face your fears and grow beyond what you thought was possible. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every leap forward in history has been fueled by the ability to face fear and take action anyway. So don't fear fear. Use it as a tool for your expansion, your growth, and your transformation. You are ready to face it. You are ready to embrace it. And you are ready to let it guide you to the next level of your journey. Fear is a friend, not a foe. And once you understand this, once you internalize it, you'll find that fear no longer stands in your way. It moves you. It drives you. It propels you toward your highest potential. Shift your focus. Fear doesn't control you, your focus controls you. It's all about where you direct your attention. Most people make the mistake of focusing on the potential negative outcomes of a situation. They imagine what could go wrong and they paralyze themselves with that thinking. But here's the key: what you focus on expands. If you focus on the fear, you amplify it. If you focus on the excitement of what's to come, you create energy that pushes you forward. The shift in focus changes everything. When you start a new project, take on a new challenge, or venture into the unknown, fear naturally creeps in. But instead of dwelling on the uncertainty, shift your focus to the possibilities. Ask yourself, what can I achieve here? And what would success look like? When you focus on the potential of what could go right, you rewire your brain to work in your favor. You train yourself to see opportunities rather than obstacles. Your focus determines your reality. You can choose to focus on the worst case scenario, and that will drain your energy, paralyze you with doubt, and hold you back. Or you can focus on the best case scenario, on the growth, the success, the amazing things that are waiting for you on the other side of fear. What's more powerful, your fear or your focus? The answer is simple: your focus. You have the power to decide where to place your attention. Every successful person has mastered the art of shifting focus. When faced with fear, they don't focus on failure, they focus on the lessons they'll learn. They focus on the growth that will come from overcoming this challenge. They focus on the fact that even if things don't go as planned, they will still be better off than they were before. This shift in mindset allows them to take action with confidence, even in the face of fear. Fear thrives on uncertainty. But when you focus on your purpose, on your goals, and on the possibility of success, fear shrinks. The more you focus on your desired outcome, the less room fear has to take hold. You turn your focus into a powerful tool that propels you towards success. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Now flip that, what's the best that could happen? Imagine the possibilities. Let your focus lock in on those possibilities and watch how fear loses its grip on you. When you focus on success, success starts to show up. It's as simple as that. The power of focus is undeniable. The next time fear tries to control you, shift your focus. Don't let fear be the lens through which you see your world. See through the lens of possibility, of opportunity, of success. And as you do, you'll notice that fear no longer holds the same weight. It becomes just a blip on the radar, a temporary sensation that no longer defines you. Remember, your focus shapes your future. Shift your focus to what you want, not what you fear, and you will find that fear no longer has the power to control you. Feel the fear, then take action. Let's get real for a moment. Fear isn't going anywhere. It will show up at every stage of your journey. The question is, how will you handle it? Too many people wait for fear to disappear before they take action. They think they need to feel 100% ready or fearless before they can make a move. But here's the truth: action is what transforms fear. The more you act despite fear, the less power fear has over you. The most successful people didn't wait for the fear to go away. They acted in the face of fear. They took that first step even when their hearts were racing and their palms were sweating. And here's the secret: taking action is the antidote to fear. When you act, fear starts to shrink. The longer you sit and think about something, the bigger fear becomes. But the moment you take action, fear loses its grip on you. Fear is a sign that you're about to do something significant. But that doesn't mean you have to wait until it's gone to move. Feel the fear, acknowledge it, and then take action. Action creates momentum, and momentum dissolves fear. It's as simple as that. Every step you take, no matter how small, weakens fear's hold on you and strengthens your confidence. Every person who has achieved greatness has done so not by avoiding fear, but by moving through it. The fear will never fully disappear, but it doesn't need to. All that matters is that you move forward anyway. The fear becomes part of the process. It's the price of admission to a higher level of achievement. If you wait for fear to leave, you'll be waiting your entire life. If you let fear dictate your actions, you'll never reach your full potential. But if you push through the fear, act despite it, and keep moving forward, you'll find that fear doesn't control you. It's simply a sign that you're on the right path. It's telling you that you're doing something worth doing. The fear will feel overwhelming at times, but that's just your mind trying to protect you. Understand this: action is more powerful than thinking. Thinking about something endlessly will only amplify your fear. But when you act, you break the cycle of overthinking and you start creating results. So don't wait. Don't allow fear to dictate your pace. Feel it and then move forward with confidence. The more you act, the less power fear will have over you. And soon you'll realize that the very thing you feared was not as powerful as you imagined. Fear doesn't have to be your enemy. It can be your guide. Think of fear as a compass. Fear points you toward what matters most. When you're feeling fearful, it's often because you're approaching something that's important to your growth. Instead of running away from it, use fear to guide you. Ask yourself, what is fear trying to tell me? Fear often arises when we are about to make a change, take a risk, or step into the unknown. And that's exactly where you need to be. Fear doesn't show up without a purpose. It appears to alert you to an opportunity. It's telling you that something significant is happening. Fear points you in the direction of your next challenge. And if you follow it, you'll find that it leads you toward your next breakthrough. It's easy to dismiss fear as something to be avoided, but if you see it as a compass, it becomes a powerful tool that can guide you toward your highest potential. When you feel fear, pause for a moment and ask, why is this making me afraid? Often you'll find that the things that scare you most are the things you need to pursue the most. The big dreams, the big goals, the significant changes, they all come with fear. But that fear is not something to be avoided, it's something to be embraced. It's telling you that you're heading in the right direction. Every time you feel fear, use it as an indicator that you are on the verge of a breakthrough. Fear shows up when you are about to step into the unknown, when you are about to level up. Instead of running from it, lean into it. Follow its lead and trust that it's pointing you towards something great. Fear doesn't have to hold you back. It can be your ally. It can help you navigate your path. The next time fear arises, don't shy away from it. Turn to it. Ask it what it's teaching you, and use it as a compass to lead you toward your best life. Reframe fear as excitement. What if I told you that fear and excitement are essentially the same emotion? That's right, fear and excitement both stem from the anticipation of something unknown. The only difference is the way we interpret it. Most people experience fear as a threat, something that makes them shrink back, hesitate, and avoid. But here's the game changer: if you can reframe that fear as excitement, it will fuel you instead of holding you back. Think about it. When you're excited, you feel energy, you feel anticipation, you feel alive, you feel like you're about to step into something amazing. Now, if you could train yourself to look at fear the same way, your entire perception of it would shift. The next time fear strikes, instead of saying, I'm scared, say, I'm excited, feel the rush, feel the energy, and feel the possibility that comes with it. You'll be amazed at how quickly your mindset changes. When you reframe fear as excitement, you stop seeing it as something to avoid. Instead, you start to see it as a sign that something big is coming. Fear becomes a precursor to your next breakthrough. It's no longer a wall in front of you, it's the ramp that will launch you to your next level. The best part is that excitement carries with it the energy and drive you need to take action. When you can reframe fear as excitement, you become unstoppable. No longer will fear paralyze you or make you second-guess yourself. You will meet each fearful moment with enthusiasm, with the belief that something incredible is just around the corner. You will look for opportunities instead of obstacles. Your energy will rise and you'll move forward with confidence. The key to reframing fear is to practice it. The next time you feel fear creeping in, don't fight it. Acknowledge it, embrace it, and then tell yourself, I'm excited then. Let that excitement propel you into action. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes. Fear becomes a trigger for excitement, and excitement becomes the fuel that powers you toward your goals. Fear of failure is a stepping stone. Let's talk about one of the biggest fears most people have, the fear of failure. People avoid failure at all costs, but here's the paradox: failure is an essential part of success. Failure is not something to fear, it's something to embrace. Every successful person has failed. Every innovator, every entrepreneur, every leader has faced failure. It's what you do with failure that matters, not the failure itself. Every great achievement has come on the other side of failure. Imagine if Thomas Edison had given up after the first, second, or 100th failure. He wouldn't have created the light bulb. Imagine if Michael Jordan had stopped playing basketball after being cut from his high school team. He wouldn't be the legend he is today. Failure doesn't define you, it refines you. Fear of failure is a story we tell ourselves. It's a story that holds us back, that keeps us playing small. But when we change the narrative, when we see failure as a natural part of the journey, we take the power away from it. We start to see failure as a friend, a teacher, not an enemy. Failure doesn't stop the successful, it only stops the ones who are too afraid to try. So step into your fear of failure, use it to fuel your growth, and know that with each failure, you're getting closer to your dream. Success isn't built on a perfect path, it's built on the courage to fail, the strength to get up, and the determination to keep going. Strengthen your mindset. Fear often arises when you lack belief in yourself. It's a sign that your confidence needs strengthening. But here's the truth, you are capable of more than you think. When you work on your mindset, you start to see yourself as someone who can handle anything life throws at you. You start to believe that you have the tools, the resourcefulness, and the resilience to overcome any challenge. And when you believe that, fear no longer has power over you. Strengthening your mindset means changing the way you talk to yourself. It means no longer letting fear dictate your actions. It means choosing to be bold, to be confident, and to act with purpose. Your mindset shapes your reality, and the more you work on strengthening it, the more you'll find that fear is no longer something that holds you back. It becomes something that pushes you forward. Strengthen your mindset, and fear will no longer hold power over you. It will simply become a part of the journey, a sign that you are growing, learning, and becoming the person you were always meant to be. With these expanded keynotes, you now have a comprehensive motivational perspective on using fear to your advantage. Embrace each step and remember that fear is not something to be afraid of, it's something that can propel you toward your greatness. You are more than capable of facing it, overcoming it, and using it to fuel your success. By shifting your focus, reframing fear as excitement, and taking action despite it, you transform it from something paralyzing to something empowering. You become someone who sees failure as a stepping stone, someone whose mindset strengthens with every challenge. Fear will never fully disappear, but once you understand its true nature, it no longer controls you. You control it. The only way to truly overcome fear is not by avoiding it, but by using it as the powerful tool it was always meant to be. So embrace fear. Feel it. Feel it. Use it. And let it fuel you toward the life you've always dreamed of. You are capable, you are strong, and you are ready to take that next step. Fear has nothing on you because you know how to use it to create the success you deserve. Now step forward with confidence. The world is waiting for you to unleash your greatest potential.